Hello, everyone. Welcome to Trades Talk Tuesday. I am your host, Pop Culture Mechanic. You can call me Pop for short. And for those of you that are not familiar with Trades Talk Tuesday, this occurs obviously every Tuesday, where I speak to anyone who is willing to listen about getting into the skilled trades, what it means to be in the skilled trades, what you can expect, and maybe some stories as well from some of the projects I've been a part of throughout the years. I myself have been in the skilled trades for 25 years, so I like to think I know what I'm talking about. As I so often do, I will go through some of the news around the industry, and then I'll look in on what's being done to fill the shortage of skilled tradesmen in the trades fields, all of them. So, let's get right to it. Starting with Plant Magazine. Now, they usually have some articles written about what's going on in the industry, and this is where you can usually tell if things are going well. If they talk about shutting down, factories and such, then you know things aren't that good. But if they talk about things, companies starting up, factories starting up, then it's, things are going well. Like this first article, shuttered gypsum mine in central Cape Breton to reopen. USG Corp. I don't know what USG Corp is, but they're going to open up a mine in Cape Breton. Cape Breton's on the east coast by Nova Scotia. A gypsum quarry in central Cape Breton that closed 7 years ago will soon be reopened. The Canadian division of USG Corp says it will spend $104 million revitalizing the quarry at Little Narrows, Nova Scotia, creating 100 permanent jobs once the relaunch is completed in 3 years. Oh, and hello, Angry Canadian. Hey, buddy. Hope you're resting up okay. You're here, soothe me with your trade talk knowledge. We'll use my soothing voice to let you know all about the tools you're going to need. Yeah, just reading about this mine that's going to open up in Cape Breton after 7 years. The Chicago-based building materials company says the quarry will produce up to 2 million tons of raw gypsum every year. Gypsum is used to make drywall, a popular building material, also known as wallboard, that is used to form the flat surfaces of walls and ceilings. The gypsum from Little Narrows will be shipped by boat to Montreal and other manufacturing locations along the eastern seaboard. USG says it kept the quarry operating between 1954 and 2016. The first quarry started producing gypsum in 1935 and at its peak employed 150 people. Well, there you go. So for some reason, they must need some gypsum. Oh, and thanks for suggesting I switch over to using the Brave browser. Man, this thing is great. I just can't get enough of it. What do we got here? PMI slips back into contraction territory during March, says S&P Global. I don't know what the PMI is. What is the PMI? Purchasing Managers Index registered 48.6, down noticeably from 52.4. Okay, so down a little bit. Ontario invests $14 million in southwestern expansion projects. That's good. Alberta invests $58 million in circular economy projects. I don't know if I like the sound of circular economy. I don't know what that's all about. Producing fertilizer for farmers, recycling asphalt from roof shingles, sequestering carbon in concrete, and novel plastics recycling are some examples of technology solutions receiving funding through ERA's Circular Economy Challenge. The government of Alberta is investing $58 million through Emissions Reduction Alberta to projects across the province worth $528 million. Also, funding is sourced from the province's Technology Innovation and Emissions Reduction Fund. Producing fertilizer for farmers, Recycling asphalt from roof shingles, sequestering carbon in concrete, and novel plastics recycling are some examples of technology solutions receiving funding through ERA's Circular Economy Challenge. Yes, you just repeated yourself again. Advancing technology solutions that support a circular economy makes good environmental and economic sense, said Sonia Savage, Minister of Environment and Protected Areas. Circular Economy Challenges projects supported by the TIER Fund will help keep valuable materials in the economy and out of landfills, which drives investment, bolsters economic activity, cuts emissions, and creates jobs. It's a win across the board. Well, having worked in waste management, a lot of stuff goes into landfills, more than you might think. So a lot of this is just smoke and mirrors. I've seen the trucks leaving to go to the landfill, and they are just trailer after trailer of stuff to pitch into the landfill. So it's just a big scam. If successful, these projects will result in cumulative greenhouse gas reductions of up to 4 million tons by 2050, equal to offsetting the greenhouse gas footprint of 1 million homes. Circular Economy Challenge funding expects to create 1,835 person-year jobs in Alberta and have a 350 million GDP impact on the province by 2025. That's only in 2 years. We need greenhouse gases. Why do you think they have greenhouses for plants? Plants love greenhouse gases. I think we're not putting as much into them as they say we are. The Earth is very huge. It is actually, people can't grasp how large the entire Earth is. And if we're doing all this, why aren't China and India doing it? They have way more people than we do. So until they're not taking it seriously until you get the largest populations on Earth to do it as well. Our population in Canada, we're just a drop in the bucket. Very small population, 36 million. That's it. It's like the population of California spread out across our whole country. A more sustainable, diversified provincial economy requires using our resources more wisely. We need to think about waste as a resource rather than a cost. Justin Reimer, CEO, Emissions Reduction Alberta. This investment is converting waste into other uses and going to make a real difference. Projects include Inca Renewtech, construct and operate a commercial facility to create a sustainable advanced biocomposite material made from hemp stock. Okay, North Star Clean Technologies, design and build, commence operations of a new asphalt roof shingles recycling facility. Spark Eggs, dehydrate inedible eggs from an existing grading and packing facility into a powder to be used for pet food and animal feed. Okay. Rimrock Renewables, development of a prototype for digestive water treatment and fertilizer value add opportunity for on-farm feedlot anaerobic digesters. Hydrovac Waste Solutions, divert slurry from the landfill and recover valuable products from the hydrovac process. Carbon upcycling technology, demonstrate a commercial scale carbon sequestration and utilization technology for the cement and concrete sector. Well, it's all a joke. North America and parts of Europe do so much for resource management while China, India, and the Philippines pollute the hell out of the world. Yeah, man. I know, but nobody's getting it. Nobody is, people are all like, oh, we've got to panic. But it's like, why aren't they doing anything? They've got the biggest populations. They're the ones that should be jumping on the bandwagon and putting their money and effort into doing something about it. They're the biggest polluters. Phytogax Organics Foods, construction of a large-scale commercial net zero yellow pea fractionation facility. Okay. Suncor, recover vanadium, a valuable critical metal element, and use it in the growing energy storage market. Circular Rubber Technologies, reclaim rubber from end-of-life high-grade tires from industrial activities and sell the end product back to manufacturers for use in new tires. RBW Waste Management, install and commission a recycling system for high-density polyethylene containers and process them into new products. These are all good ideas, but as you can see, it's all development, it's prototype, design and build. These are something that they're not tested out. Good for them if they can do it and make it work, but most of the time I think they're going to run into problems where they can't make it work. It's all just pie in the sky dreams that people have. It's like, you know what? Get back down to earth and try to get real with a lot of this stuff. Anyway, that was that. Honda Canada Foundation donates $200K to Habitat for Humanity. 200K? I guess that's all right. I mean, Forum 2023, The Changing World of Work speakers announced. You firmly believe we have the technology to combat waste management and resource conservation, just humans are evil and greedy, especially large countries. Hey, you nailed it right there. Yes, the amount that no one wants to spend money to reclaim things and deal with waste management at all. So they're just their solution is, well, what's the cheapest thing to do? Oh, throw it in a hole? Okay, yeah, let's do that. And what? We're going to get in trouble? No. We'll just pay, so-and-so politician. We'll just back his platform, and he's going to make it so that, it's the law that we can dump that in there. Because that's how it works out there. What's next? ViewReal to increase Micron LED manufacturing with Invest Ontario support. How Canada is trying to rein in big tech as data becomes more powerful. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if they're going to be able to rein in big tech. Just do what you can to protect yourself. No, don't rely on the government to help you. Do things that you know that you can control, like don't do any online banking. Don't, put your information out there. Don't let people know what your address is, any kind of that sensitive data. Don't put it on your phone. Don't put it on your computer. You can still go to the bank to do things. You can go to a bank machine. You can go to the teller. You can do all the kinds of that stuff. But don't rely on the government to help you against them, big tech, because they're the ones that want big tech to give the information away. Who do you think's going to be supporting big tech? It's going to be the government. They're going to be like, oh yeah, hey, these guys are being non-compliant. We need to know. We need to close all their bank accounts, and you got to help us. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yep, pretty much how it is. And I'm old enough to know that. Remember when things weren't all at your fingertips. You didn't go to the internet the internet didn't exist as we know it. It was, people were getting on the internet in 1994 and 1995, but before that, there was none of that stuff. I mean, we had cell phones and everything like that, but they weren't how they are now, that's for sure. There was no such thing as a smartphone. What do we got here? Next Innovations Windsor facility has been fully commissioned. Okay, there you go. The things are looking up then. Trudeau visits New York City to build momentum as Canada-US partner on critical minerals. I believe we do have a lot of minerals that are needed. The only thing is that the US prefers to deal with China, Saudi Arabia, all those places that have slave labor and human rights violations, because I don't know, that's what the U.S. government likes. They like their human rights violations, and so they'd rather deal with those regimes than Canada, who is like right next door. Toyota's new president vows to step up electric vehicle push. Okay. I mean, I thought Toyota was doing pretty good with their hybrids, the Prius and such. New Ontario Volkswagen EV battery plant to create 3,000 jobs. Oh, that's good. Let's move along here. I saw some articles as I was looking around. This one came out today? Yes, came out today. at 10:15 in the morning. This is from British Columbia government. British Columbia is a province on the west coast of Canada, and they have an action plan that helps people get skills for in-demand jobs. So the province's new Stronger BC Future Ready action plan will help thousands of people get the skills they need to succeed in the changing economy and help close the skills gap many businesses are facing. And hey there, Gap After Dark. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Our economy is growing and innovating quickly, said Premier David Eby. Work is transforming, and we have more job openings than skilled people. That's why we are taking action to make sure people are ready to seize new opportunities and build a good life here in BC. And businesses are able to find the people who drive our economy forward and deliver the services we all rely on. The action plan is focused on 5 pillars: making post-secondary education more affordable, accessible, and relevant to British Columbians. Helping people reskill to find in-demand jobs so more employers facing current and future skill shortages can find the people they need. Breaking down barriers so everyone can find a job where they can thrive. Addressing Indigenous people's workforce priorities and ensuring people new to BC find a career in the field in which they are trained. Every action in Future Ready is designed to take on the challenges of today to build a better future for people and stronger economy. Okay, this is all government talk, so it's going to sound all pretty and flowery. Together we are building a future in BC where people are able to acquire the skills and find the opportunities they need to thrive, and employers are able to find the people they need to sustain and grow their businesses. $480 million action plan is highlighted by a future skills grant of up to $3,500. The grant will cover the cost of training for in-demand jobs beginning in September 2023. The grant will be available to British Columbians, making it easier for people to select from more than 400 eligible training opportunities at post-secondary institutions throughout BC. For the most in-demand jobs in areas such as construction, tech, housing, and clean energy, for employers, this means some 8,500 newly trained people over the next 3 years will become skilled and ready to fill positions and address skills gap. I'm hearing from businesses, small and large, that finding a skilled labor is one of the biggest challenges, said Brenda Bailey, Minister of Jobs, Economic Development and Innovation. That's exactly what this initiative will address. We'll ensure businesses have access to a skilled and diverse talent pool now and into the future. Good jobs are good for workers and for businesses. By working together, we can build a better future for BC. The province is also introducing rapid response training, which will support delivery of short-term training that responds quickly to labor market needs and the evolving economy. Hey, DJ Ronnie G, good to see ya. In addition, government is establishing Trade Up BC, a continuing education hub for in-demand jobs in the trades. Programs will target certified or experienced workers and will provide valuable skills that complement but do not replace apprentice training. Over 3 years, it's estimated that up to 6,000 people will benefit from short-term training in Trade Up BC. In addition, the plan includes measures that will break down barriers to help people enter the workforce and increase the number of students with job-ready skills needed for the tech-related and engineering workforce, early childhood education services, healthcare professions, veterinary professions, teachers, construction jobs, and other key sectors. Future Ready will also help employers recruit and retain employees to expand and grow. They're going to do a lot of things here. Bring in 3,000 more tech seats to meet the demand for technology workers in BC's changing economy. This is on top of the 2,900 new student spaces created over the past 6 years, for nearly a total of 6,000 new tech spaces. Increasing the early childhood education spaces in the province by 50%, with more than 400 new opportunities for people to learn each year, which means more than 1,300 new training opportunities. Expanding skills training for people who are facing multiple barriers to employment. Skills training can provide job skills certificates to meet job or industry requirements or essential workplace skills. Launching Find Your Path, which will boost access to high opportunity occupations through a new one-stop digital services. Removing the age requirements for the provincial tuition waiver program so that former youth in care in BC of all ages will have their tuition waived for post-secondary education. This program extension will create opportunities for 50,000 former youth in care in BC. Addressing and recognizing Indigenous peoples' workforce priorities through expanded post-secondary training and labor market opportunities designed to boost the participation and employment security of Indigenous peoples across the BC economy. Making it easier for newcomers to Canada to find a job in the field they are trained in. Faster assessment of internationally trained professionals will ease the demand for trained workers in the most critical services and industries. The province has also doubled interest-free student loan maximums through $151 million in student financial aid. The first increase to weekly student loan maximums since 2006, as well as the BC government has launched the Health Human Resource Strategy with $150 million in funding towards training in healthcare professions. Okay, sounds like they're just going to throw money at it and hope something works. Once again, don't rely on the government. If you can, get out there, look into it, see what they have to offer. If you can get a bursary or a scholarship or anything like that, that'll help ease up the financial burden. And also taking a trade school is not that expensive, not like it would be for college or university. That is that article from the BC government news website. This was one I found. It was published 5 hours ago, and it's on National Skilled Trades Day. America's labor shortage looms. All my American friends. It may be America's most important uncelebrated holiday. Wednesday, May 3rd, that's tomorrow, is National Skilled Trades Day, and it comes at a time when employers are scrambling to find 400,000 welders, 78,000 truck drivers, 18,000 aircraft mechanics. I'm looking at you, AC. And enough certified EV technicians to fully staff electric vehicle repair facilities. Stephanie Ferguson of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce says there are more than 10 million job openings in the U.S., but only 5.7 million unemployed workers. And a disproportionate number of those unfilled jobs are skilled labor, not white-collar work. This shortage is a direct consequence of the politicians deciding that the key to success is a college education, said Anthony Davies, an associate professor of economics at Pittsburgh's Duquesne University. They spent the past half-century from the GI Bill to subsidized student loans to standardized testing, possibly loan forgiveness, pushing students into college. The result is that fewer students go into the trades, and colleges create low-value fields of study to attract students who aren't best suited to a college education. So when I went coming out of high school, or during high school, in my last year of it, they were pushing university. They were really like, oh, well, you should go to university. Nobody, not one single one even said the trades would be a viable option. So that goes to show you what they're being told to push. You memory dumped your aircraft mechanic skills. Oh well, you made room for Sonic though, right? This continues on. In the last half of the 20th century, Americans who obtained a bachelor's degree consistently earned more over their careers than non-degree holders, but that earnings edge has been eroding for years due to soaring tuition costs, student loan debt, and corporate America's insistence on demanding college degrees for even the lowliest positions. Today, the median bachelor's degree has a net return on investment increased in lifetime earnings minus tuition of $306,000, according to the Foundation for Research on Equal Opportunity. Well, some degrees are worth millions of dollars in return on investment. Computer and engineering programs, for example. Others have no net financial value or even negative return on investment. Yeah. How's that liberal arts degree helping you out there for paying your bills? Skilled trades offer higher wages. Meanwhile, young people who entered the skilled trades workforce after completing training at a proprietary school, community college, or union apprenticeship program can earn significant money and enjoy the security of knowing their skills will almost always be in demand. The median salary for a respiratory therapist is $98,000. Construction managers earn a median of $120,000. while elevator mechanics earn $88,000. The list goes on, and some of these trade school trained young people eventually end up in the management positions so desperately sought by college grads. There's a huge need for more workers across the HVAC and plumbing industries, said Plumbing, Heating, Cooling Contractors Association Chairman Kevin Tyndall. Contractor business owners are looking for HVAC and plumbing technicians coming out of apprenticeship programs and trade schools, but we hear manufacturers and suppliers also have open marketing, sales, and management positions to fill. A skilled trade education can be an advantage in finding a job with those employers. Despite these realities, policymakers and many Americans view trade jobs as having a lower status than even the most menial work done by college degree holders. See, and that's where they're wrong. I mean, you see the guys that are driving around in like $80,000 trucks and everything like that, all paid for. The trades guys, they've got, well, the ones that are financially responsible, they've got their act together and they can buy the toys. You know, they can get what they need. It's not a struggle. You know, yeah, nice salaries. Yeah, Gap. No, those are nice, all right. I mean, yeesh. And that's the American money too. That's not even Canadian money. It goes along here. There's a misconception about men and women in the trades, said Jim Snell, a business manager of Steam Fitters Local 420 in Philadelphia. Few people really understand or appreciate the level of education and training these workers receive. In many cases, these men and women are getting on-the-job training while they're studying and learning their craft, and they usually go into a good-paying job immediately after graduation. Great opportunities for young people. Part of the challenge is that skilled laborers tend to be older, and older workers left the workforce in large numbers during the COOF crisis. As workers age out of the skilled trades, reports the staffing firm People Ready, fewer younger workers enter these files. Its data show 40% of the 12 million people in the skilled trades force are over the age of 45, with nearly half of those workers over the age of 55. Fewer than 9% of workers aged 19 to 24 are entering the trades. We've kind of demonized working with your hands in this country, said Ryan Wagepack, senior advisor for the National Air Transportation Association representing the general aviation industry. There's an image out there of aircraft mechanics as grease-covered guys with a wrench. Today's planes are sophisticated computers that can fly. Aviation techs can make $100 per hour at a major airline, so we need to slough off some old notions. National Skilled Trades Day is a great time to do that. And that's tomorrow, everybody. Keep that in mind. See if they even gets mentioned tomorrow. I don't know if it even will. I think it's a good idea to always speak up about the trades to the younger generation, as you're not going to be a TikTok star. You're not going to be, you're not going to be YouTube famous. You're not going to be, a VTube famous. There's nothing wrong with getting your hands dirty. There's nothing wrong with being skilled. When you watch someone do a job and they make it look easy, that's how you know that person is highly skilled. Because when you go to do it, you take hours to do it and it doesn't look as nice. So yeah, as I've been saying all along, we have a shortage. When I was going to trade school back in the early 90s, I went to trade school and we were being told that the older workers are retiring and we are going to have the pick of the litter. We're going to be able to pick and choose which places we go and work for. And we'll be able to just go from job to job if we feel like it, demanding, better salary, better pay, whatever it is. And it's come to pass. It really has. But they were telling us that back in the early 90s. And I only went to my trade school for, 18 months. 18 months, and then I was out. And I started working, and then I was able to get in an apprenticeship within within 2 years of working at the job I was at. So that's pretty good. Hands build the world, and brains. You got her, Gap. Exactly. That's there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know. The Romans had it right. They built their roads with stones, and they last till this day. So they've lasted that long. Well, they must have been skilled craftsmen to build those roads. I didn't see a philosopher build those roads, or somebody who was a politician. They didn't build those roads. They couldn't have built them to last. Oh, let's see here. There's a place called Blue Collar Brain on the internet here, and it gives us a list of skilled trade jobs. It's so sad people take things for granted, like roads, buildings, air conditioning, the factories that make their stuff. Yes. It's every one of those factories. They're gonna have either a maintenance person or a maintenance crew, depending on how big the factory is. They have to be skilled tradesmen, whether it's electrician, millwright, machinist, whatever it may be. Electrician is a big one too. And yeah, just ask anybody. Wintertime, your furnace goes out, who are you calling? HVAC guy. Summertime, air conditioning goes out, who are you calling? HVAC guy. So you get into HVAC, it doesn't matter what the season is. You know, really hot, really cold, you're out there. You're helping people with their basic necessities of being able to keep warm or stay cool. Okay, so in the construction skill trades, it's, carpenter, median salary of $48,000. You know what? And I guess depending on which state you live in, that is probably pretty good. Like you're living pretty good on that wage. I'm guessing, unless you guys have a little more knowledge. You guys have a little more knowledge about it than I do. I don't live in the U.S., but is 48,000 good? Is that good? Can you live off of that? Have a family and everything? Are you doing okay? Are you hurting? Your dad was a welder on submarines, and then he welded in construction and then became superintendent of construction before he retired. Welding on submarines, that's awesome. He worked in a shipyard then. I wish I could have seen that. Has he got any pictures of that? Does he have any pictures of welding on submarines? That'd be cool. I'd like to see that. What else? Electrician, plumber. Plumber's 59,000. Pipe fitter, steam fitter, mason, painter, HVAC technician. I told you, 48,000. Just like carpenter. Boilermakers, 64,000. Bear in mind that modern roads are better suited for maintaining underground lines. Oh yeah, that's a good point. And we use nothing but asphalt for our roads up here. And I know the interstates and all that, those are all concrete. So they probably have a good formula they use for making those roads. There's that dreaded inflation that affects the salary. Yes, your what is it? Your raise or your yearly raise, if you get a yearly raise, it never keeps up with inflation. That's the Federal Reserve punishing people that want to save. I'm a big saver. I like saving my money. And when they do things like they were doing there, where they just print money and more, it's like it's making it useless for it to even save any money anymore. Hey, comrade Jake D, nice to see you. Glory to Whoopstotska, of course. He has pictures welding on submarines. I'd have to get them from him. Okay. That's cool, Gap. What else they got here? An iron worker makes 48,000. A roofer makes 47,000. What else we got here? Oh, in the agricultural skilled trades, a crop duster makes 79,000 median, so the average. Yeah, but you get to fly a plane. Farmer makes 73,000. Farrier makes 116,000. Wow. That's a guy that does like horseshoeing and stuff like that. Logging worker makes 46,000. Professional fisherman 29,000. Oh man. You'd figure a fisherman would make more than that. Food skilled trades, bartender, butcher, cook, food service manager, private chef, waiter, waitress. Maintenance and repair skilled trades, aircraft mechanic, 65,000. Auto mechanic, 46,000. A boat mechanic, 93,000. Diesel mechanic, 48,000. Elevator mechanic, 97,000. Gunsmith, 38,000. A locksmith, 46,000. Motorcycle mechanic, 38,000. Wind turbine technician, 56,000. What else? Manufacturing skilled trades, CNC programmer, fiberglass fabricator. A glass blower makes 49,000 a year. Line installer, 78,000. Line installer, I think that's electricity. I think you're like doing high voltage. That could be why it's so much. Let's see. Yeah, a lineman. If you're good with your hands, like to work outside, and have a knack for fixing things, a career as an electrical lineman may be just the right fit for you. Okay, and it gives you a rundown on what they actually do and how to become one. Oh, this is a good website called bluecollarbrain.com. You want to be a crop duster for 80,000? You fly that plane there, Gap. A metal fabricator, 51,000. A millwright. This is my trade. This is what I do. 59,000 a year. That's average. So obviously there's going to be some that make less and there's going to be some that make more. Becoming a millwright means joining one of the most respected trades in the U.S. If you love working with tools, machines, and precision instruments, and if you have a keen eye for producing flawless work, flawless. Well, you try your best anyway. Nothing's ever going to be flawless. Then you can get in on a career that can last a lifetime. A millwright's a professional that works on machinery in a wide range of settings, such as construction sites, factories, processing plants, machine shops, and manufacturing companies. Oh. They're sometimes called industrial mechanics. Yes. Nice. Yeah, this is what a useful website this is. These guys are they're good. Welder, $47,000. There's medical trades. You mean EMT. A phlebotomist. What does a phlebotomist do? You never really think about glassblowing being a thing outside of carnivals? Yeah, but there's a thing for it, I guess. You thought being TikTok thought was the most respectable trade in the U.S.? Yeah, hello, Amaranth. She's so respected. Yeah, what does a phlebotomist do? It involves taking blood from patients and is a solid career for those that can handle. Okay. So if you're going to be like taking blood from people, that's all right. Service skilled trades, a 911 operator, exterminator, florist, garbage collector, jeweler, a life coach, a luthier. The heck is a luthier? Working with your hands every day and turn wood into amazing musical instruments. Okay, so you're like making instruments or repairing them. Didn't know they had a separate trade for that. Luthier. Mailman. There you go. Mortician. pet groomer, watch repairer. You gotta have good eyes to be a watch repairer. It's so small. Yeah, phlebotomy is blood draw. Yes, thanks, Jake D. I had no idea. This is, and speaking of the TikTok thoughts and all that, it's the reason why I don't get a lot of Twitch chatters, because I don't do my hot tub streams anymore. You guys missed it. You guys missed the pop hot tub streams. Very popular, but I stopped doing them. Amaranth needed some more watchers, so I was like, we were splitting the crowd, so I'm like, you know what? You go ahead. You have them. I'll stop doing mine. Guitarsmith is a thing? Yeah, there you go. Call them vampire technicians. Yes, the vampire technician. Please roll up your sleeve and scream. You may not be the target audience. There's even transportation skilled trades there. Freight broker, heavy equipment operator. Where are you in an actual hot tub while you were doing your show? No, I was not, Gap. I'm just pulling your leg. Just making light of the whole thing, you know, because apparently you can't be popular on Twitch unless you're a thought. Heavy equipment operator is a good one, though. I myself operate a front-end loader and a mini loader, like a skid steer or bobcat, forklift. I even did a less than 8.5 ton crane. So anything over 8.5 tons, you have to get an apprenticeship and go for 3 years. But if it's under that, you just need to get some training and be deemed competent. Helicopter pilot makes $202,000 a year? Whoa. Other stuff. The train conductor, $64,000. Truck driver, $48,000. A roustabout? The heck is a roustabout? They spend weeks away from home, work on oil rigs or oil fields, and do some pretty rough manual labor. In return, they get good wages, opportunities. Oh. I don't think we call them roustabouts up here. I think we call them like roughnecks. Rig workers. Yeah, you like the bobcats? The just how much they've managed to upgrade the bobcats, like with the technology nowadays. Push button start, heated seat, radio. You know, I mean, just they're great now. You're so comfortable inside. One-handed joystick steering and one-handed joystick operation of the bucket. I mean, poof. Everything's nice in them now, and so quiet, especially the John Deere ones. Nice and quiet. The engine's in back. Yeah, it's nice and insulated. 38K is good wage. It depends on where you live, I guess. I mean, it's median, right? That's they're just taking an average. So there's people earn more, people earn less, but yeah, I guess it depends on the state you're in. This is a Gap After Dark, and our helicopter ride tonight will consist of the following. Will all the flights be after dark? Yes. Yes, they will. And it even explains to you how reasons to consider a skilled trade career. When should someone leap into the trades? When they 100% know that college is not for them. And that's true. College isn't for everybody. Especially how much it costs to go to college. If they're bored or tired of their existing career path and want to change, yes. when they want to find a job that is more lucrative than their existing job. If they love working with their hands and creating or fixing things. Yeah, exactly. How do you choose one? Think about the things you enjoy, the environments you work best in, and where you might see yourself in a few years, talking to people. That's the biggest thing. If you want to try a trade, find somebody that's in it already and just pick their brain. It says here, talk to people in existing careers, or reading your career profiles can help you determine if a specific career might be right for you. A lot of them don't need to go because they're not interested in basket weaving in college. Yes. And why do it with a college degree when you can get a trades degree in it and a trade certificate and get paid more? You don't have to wait. You don't have to crawl your way up the blue or the white collar ladder. You know, you get into after your college, you have to get in maybe an internship or whatever. Sometimes those are not paid internships, but you're trying to get your name out there and show people how hard you're working and everything like that, and they keep you around. Whereas apprenticeship, nope, you work for this company. They don't want to give up on you because they've been paying for your schooling and all that. They want you to become a journeyman because then they can just put you on a job and you can do it. You don't have to hold your hand or anything. How do you become a photographer from Maxim? What's that career path progression? Buy yourself a camera. Well, hello, Veritax. Nice to see you. I was just going through this excellent website called Blue Collar Brain, and it seems to spell it out quite well for everyone, how to get into the skilled trades. And I think it's American, so really good for you guys, because I think the majority of my audience is American, except for AC, who's in Japan, which is good. I gotta go there one day. Me and my wife are planning a trip. We're gonna plan a trip to Japan. Okay, so I believe that's it for the articles today. What I am going to get into is got some pictures to show you. See if you guys will like the pictures. Move this guy over and move this guy over. And then open that up. Oh, no, that's not good. There we go. Bear with me here. I just got to try to get this captured like this. There we go. Yeah, hey, see? Being in Japan will be fun. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I told my wife we're going to go there. We're going to go to the Mugiwara store first thing. I definitely want to laser focus in on that. And I think she wants to go to the Sanrio store. Nothing to forgive, more concerned that something was wrong. Okay, guys, this is a tank car for hauling hydrogen sulfide. As you can see, it's got a name on it, hydrogen sulfide. Very poisonous gas, dangerous. You know, you inhale 100 parts per million, you're passing out. And if you inhale any more, you're dead, man. That's all there is to it. So these are what we store our product in, our hydrogen sulfide. And my job here sometimes is to redo some of the stenciling on here, or to attach or remove some of the hoses that connect to it. And I believe this one came back from being requalified, because they have to get requalified, I think, every 10 years. But they didn't paint it or anything. It's all rusted. It looks like crap. I wish they would have done something better to it. So here's, if you ever wondered what it looks like in the top. So here are your 4 angle valves, and you have 2 liquid and 2 vapor, and this one in the middle, this is your pressure relief valve. So if the tank pressures up to higher than 75 psi, boom, this thing will open and it'll start venting out the pressure. Here in the US, a lot of them have these letters on them, like GATX, UTLX, MSLX. Yep, that's exactly it. Yeah, we've got those too, right? PROX, all that stuff. It's not yet, but if Pops and AC are going to be together, we may need to start a bail fund. Tokyo's finest aren't prepared for that much, Canada. Oh, they're getting such a cross-check. You watch this. Yeah, and there's another shot of it from far there, just getting the whole car in. These things are very long. I believe they're 72 feet long. And they are made extra heavy, like extra thick, because of the product that's in them. I believe they're like 1.25 inches thick steel on the ends. Yeah, here you can see a little bit better. It's labeled. There's liquid, vapor, and this side is liquid and this side is vapor. And then yes, you have to label what it is on the inside. Each stands for a chemical type, I think. You can look it up somewhere. That's actually, the 4 letters are who owns the car. So PROX is Procore. MSLX is Marcelex. I'm not sure what GATX stands for, but those are the who owns the car. Might not want to go back to Canada with how they've restricted some up north. Have they? Have they restricted quite a bit? Yeah, manufacturer, owner, yeah, exactly. This car is going for requalification. So you put this sticker on it and it says home shop for repair, do not load. So that people know not to put anything in it. It gets every car that goes away gets purged. So whatever chemical is in it, and this one used to have carbon disulfide in it, it will get drained, and then they'll put in some nitrogen just to get rid of it, and they'll leave a blanket of nitrogen in there so it's not explosive or anything like that. And then that gets shipped off because I think, yeah, tank qualification is due in 2021. Everything is due. The pressure relief valve is 75 psi, and it's due as well. So yeah, we got that all ready to ship out, and we shipped it out to get requalled. May vary by province. You don't know? Oh, okay. Was Ohio a mass purge? Oh man. Honestly, the whichever it was, whoever owned those tracks, that's on them. Like, do your track maintenance better. Yeah, and there it is. So this one's a SHPX. So whoever the owner or manufacturer, SHPX, whoever that is. And that's the rack. This is the rack that loads it. So you lower this down, this gangway, and you can make it across there, and you can hook up your liquid line and your vapor, and then away you go. Fill her up. This is funny. This is a train that was going by, and it had its lid up. I think they released it into trenches, not a purge out the top. Maybe. You can't recall if it was CSX or Norfolk West Southern. I suspect because of how far north that it was CSX. Don't quote you on that. Okay. But yeah, I mean, look after your tracks. Your train shouldn't hop up and down as you're driving along the nice flat way. So this one, this train was going by us. So we have our train is right here, or our tank cars are here. This train was going by on the track, on the main line. And there's a lid up. So somebody screwed up. Wherever they filled this up, they lift that lid up. And you're not supposed to drive around or get pulled around on the track with your lid up. Somebody could get, they could get a big fine for that one. I think I got another shot of it here. Yeah. So it was just going by, and I managed to snap two shots of it. So those guys got to smarten up and double check before the cars leave the yard. There's another shot of the requalification. So 10 years until it's due again. And you do the whole thing over again, purge it, send it off. That's an even better shot. Always have a good camera on you. I do not use a phone camera at all. I use a proper Canon camera. And it just takes beautiful shots. Stuff that when you're cataloging things, when you're in the trades or you're in the maintenance capacity, always catalog what you do with a camera. Take lots of pictures, take lots of video. You'll thank yourself later when you're trying to look stuff up. Like this guy here. There we go. I think I was trying to find this small, and I do mean small. Like this is just but it's got a nice macro lens to it, and you can get right in there and read the fine print of any of those valves. Yeah, there you go. That's a good shot. And I think I was checking to see what the serial number was on the pressure relief valve. And because this is down in that the manway, I can't physically get my head in there to see, so it's just like put my camera down in there, make sure it's close enough, and take a picture, and then there you go. You get a good shot of your serial number, which is important. Everything, because of where I'm at, it's so important to have everything documented. Everything needs to be documented. You need copies of everything. It's pretty crazy. Weeks later, Norfolk Southern, I think, had a train derailed after a landslide near Sandstone, West Virginia. Butane sounds like a lighter fluid. Yeah, it's very detailed, Gap. You bet. And seeing all those nooks and crannies reminds me of watching a demo of Power Washer Simulator. Power Washer Simulator. Never heard of it. Sounds pretty good, though. Is this one upside down? There you go. So everything has to have a proper tag on it. Otherwise, it's no good. Here, you can see there's the rail cars there. This is the side track. And there's you always have to have these blue signs up. It's the law. You have this sign up on the derail so that nobody just comes driving in here. And there's the sign there. There's the old one. Derail, old derail sign. But they use a new one now, and it's just got a D. So it lets them know that there's a derail right here. And this derail, if the train runs over it, it'll do its job and derail the train, which will just put it off to the side so it won't go running into your parked tank cars. Yeah, it's a game, eh, Veritex? Power Washer Simulator. There's another shot of the derail. The derail sign, I should say. And when you send these tank cars you take the valves off and you cap them off. So you put these caps on each, so there's all the angle valves would go where these are, and your pressure relief valve goes right in the middle. But you don't send them the valves. You take those off and you cap them off. And you have to seal everything. You have to use metal tag seals. And when it goes in, sometimes you have to remove the lettering. Put on your home shop for repair, do not load signs. And I was using painter's tape to cover those up. Yeah, and you do not load signs. And on this car, same thing. You put all the covers on. There's another one. Hello, Mike. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Just having a look at some rail cars, these tank cars that I have to deal with these from time to time. No graffiti. You know, surprisingly, no. I don't think they end up in a place that has a lot of graffiti artists. Yeah, and I think this one's getting sent away for requalification. Now, here's how stringent they are. They wanted to know what studs they were using in the manway and if they were up to spec. So I had to go find out. Well, I had to take a picture of the stud, and until I saw this letter and a number, L7. And then if you ever look that up, that is the spec for this type of stud and what material it's made out of that you can only use in the manway. You can't just go grab anything. It has to be that exact one. And I checked each side or each valve that they were on just to make sure. Same with that one. But if you look at even the nut has a stamp on it, 2H. So that means it's double extra wall, like heavy wall nut, as opposed to a regular one wouldn't have such a heavy wall thickness as these ones. But because you want them to be strong, you use these ones, double wall nut. Or extra heavy, sorry, double heavy wall. I believe that's what they refer to them as. So yeah, they have so many strict rules and regulations dealing with rail cars, it's not even funny. It's gotten to the point where we can't even touch a thing on them. So that is what it's all about. So yeah, we fill them up, ship them out all over we fill and send a lot of them to, we send some to Ohio, believe it or not. So yeah, carbon disulfide. I don't know what was in that car. Oh, butadiene, stabilized butadiene. That's not something that we make, but that was probably from another chemical place. You need more rail cars? You've only got, how many now? 7 of these? Oh, 1, 2, 3. I think we have about 5 of them on site right now. So yeah. Some of them are out and away. Some are here getting filled up. And then the black ones, I think we only have about 7 of those total. I think we have 10. How expensive is one of these? These black ones probably won't be as expensive. I've never had to buy one. I've never been around when we've bought one. But I think you're paying starting, I think, at like $250,000, I think. 250,000 probably. These black ones, they aren't as robust. They're not as, where is it? Doesn't have it yet. Okay, hang on. I'll find there will be a dot number on them. And that'll let you know. Where is it here? Yeah, it's pretty expensive in metric dollars. No, it's probably US because I think they only get built in the US. So it's probably American dollarskis. Okay, well on this one there's a dot number. So dot 105J600W. The 600W means that it's the extra heavy duty cap on the front, 1.25 inches thick, or 1 1/8 inches thick. Whereas I think the black ones are only 3/4 inch thick. Oh, imported from China. From China. I don't know. I don't think so. Should be something that tells you where it was made or who made it. So this was built in 2001. And I believe they only have a lifespan of 50 years. And then after that, you have to send them for scrap. So yeah, most rail cars, 50-year lifespan. Heavy as hell. And next time I'm going to have some video where I can show you guys how we move them around the yard. We don't have a trackmobile. A trackmobile is just a small little thing that rides on the tracks and can move rail cars. But we don't have one. What we use is we use a front end loader with an attachment on the front to hook on. And I'm lucky enough to be able to operate it. And man, moving these things around, you got to go slow. And I'm like, I'm not even getting out of first gear because these things are so heavy, they'll just pull you wherever they want to go or push you. So you got to go nice and easy. Because even if I put the brakes on, this thing is still coming. Momentum's a bastard when it comes to these things. You don't stop on a dime. You get pushed around. Oh, and this one here. This one was built in 82. So 82, 92, 2002, 2012, 2022. Okay, so this one's got 10 more years, I think, and that's it. This one will have to be scrapped. Silly Pop, we don't make anything in US of A. Oh no! Jake D, say it ain't so. Slopes? You mean like what the cars ride on if we have a bit of a slope? We do actually. So coming into the yard, there is a bit of a downgrade, like a little bit of a grade down into the yard from the main line. So the main line is on the left-hand side here. And then the engineer will back the train down the side track here. And it's just a slightly downward slope. into the yard, and then it will hook up and pull them out and do whatever we need to do. Those rail yards, that allows men to just use gravity. Yeah, I've seen that. At a main rail yard, they'll have a hump there, and they'll get the car pushed up, and then it'll roll down the other side, and then they'll just pick which track it goes down to. It's like, okay, no, you go this way, you go over here. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I've seen that for sure, DJ Ronnie G. You betcha. But yeah, you have to be extremely careful. And also, they send you for rail car training. Oh, there's that dot number. So this one is a 100W, whereas the white ones you saw were 600W because they're thicker. This is a 100W. Doesn't have to be as thick. You know, it's not considered a toxic inhalation car. Whereas hydrogen sulfide, obviously toxic inhalation, you're going to need a thicker wall on the car. You were told in college that gravity was not only a good idea, it's also a law. Yes, I agree. So, I'm hoping I'll have some video of you guys for you guys to see where I'm moving a rail car around. I want you guys to see that. It'll be pretty cool from the perspective of the front end loader. How high does thickness go? For what I know, these are the thickest ones you can get, the 600W. And I think it's 1.1/8. Yeah, the 600W. So yeah, it's got to be a lot more robust, because not us specifically, but the rail companies, like for us it's CN, right? In Canada, CN, CP. They smash these things around like crazy. They're very hard on them. So these cars have to be very robust, because they get abused so much by the actual rail companies that are hauling them. Will you shout choo choo when you... You know what? Just for you, I will. I'll pretend I'm a train. And it'll be hilarious. But yeah, that's all I got today on rail cars, you guys. You're interested in them? It's I've learned more than I ever wanted to know about them now, having to deal with them so much. And it's quite amazing. They hold so much weight, and yet the wheels riding on there, only a small section of the wheels make contact with the rail. It's amazing. Film that when I choo choo? Yeah, I will. You got her. Anything for you guys. But yeah, it's amazing that just the point of contact is so small on the wheels, and the weights are so heavy. Can't remember if I saw where it said that. Oh yeah, 20,000 gallons. Physics weird. And there, right there, you might not be able to see it, but this tool right here, this is so you can move them manually. You can move a rail car with this tool right here by putting it under the wheel and just shuffling it along. It takes forever, but you can move that rail car by hand. Do we do it? Only in the extreme emergencies, or whenever, like, something we have to move if we can't get a hold of a piece of equipment to help move these things. It's pretty crazy. But I had never seen that before either, using a hand tool to move a rail car. Not something you want to do all the time, that's for sure. You know there's a weight here somewhere on them. There we go. 150. What does that say? 150,900 pounds. A lot of it's been. There's got to be a better one than that. What's this one say? Nope. Come on. Load limit 206,000 pounds. There you go. That's a lot. Job for new guy with young, strong back. Yes. Weak mind, strong body. Moving rail car now. Is no tool to use. You push. Just push. It's okay. Right on. All right, guys. That was all right. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. Coming out to see old Pop. Hearing some stories, looking at some pictures. Listening to my rants about how people should join the skilled trades, because I think it's important. Remember, it's the future out there. Got to look to the future. Think about what's coming up there. What's going to be best for you? How are you going to provide for yourself? Do you want to struggle? Do you want to have to suffer in life? Maybe think about skilled trades where you won't have to after that, because not only do you know a skill, but you'll be valuable to the employer that you go to work for. And the more training you get, the more valuable you will be. I think any kind of training that you can get your hands on that they're willing to pay for, go and do it. Because when the manager looks around and goes, who can do this? And if you're like, yeah, I can do it, you'll be like, okay, we're keeping that guy. But yes, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It's very, what do you call it? Cathartic? If that's the right word. Major in liberal arts and make sure you get a PhD in theater studies. Right? Roger that, Jake D. Listening to Jake D? No problem. No suffering for you. But I know, Jake D. You're just joking. You always make me laugh, Jake D. You just about kill me some days. But yeah, it's a good thing if you guys spread the word. Make sure people know that they should try out the skilled trades if they're looking. It's important. Well, let's wrap her up then, eh? I'd want to thank everybody that came by. Angry Canadian, Gap After Dark, DJ Ronnie G, Jake D, Veritax, and anyone else that happened to be... Mike from Pacific 414. Of course, how could I forget? And Gap. And DJ Ronnie G. Seriously, it's great having all you guys come out here. So make sure, please slap that like button, or if you're on Rumble, give me a follow and a like, or if you're on Twitch, give me a follow. I appreciate every one of you. You guys make the chats fun, and you make me want to keep doing this. And, showing you guys all the photos and everything that I have in my library of trades photos. There's other good channels out there too. Don't forget to check out these guys. Pacific 414. Mike, he showed up in the chat today. Blaine from Blaine's Escape Corner. I think he's on right now, actually. Ronan66 and DJ Ronnie G. There's Brandon the Anime Guy, who was just on. I watched a bit of his anime choices he's or lists he's making. There's the Nerdporeal Lifeform. And Angry Canadian, who we wish a speedy recovery. And hope to see him getting back into streaming soon. There's Whoopa Troopa. He appears on Dadman Walking. And they talk sports. There's Punkwaddle. He's at Floor from Under a Rock. And he has his own channel. I've got a Discord. It's called The Shop because, that's where the tradesmen hang out at the shop. I'm on Twitter, mostly to promote myself. Because there's some days when I'm scrolling through Twitter and I'm like, I have to get off Twitter. This is just seeing some of those things on there just makes me just want to leave. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Coming up, it's Saturday game stream. I have to pick a new game. I finished the Minish. In case you guys didn't know. So now I got to think of some other new game to play. What else? Hey, thanks Jake D. Thanks for putting that in the chat there. I appreciate that. It's the shop. Sunday is Anime Chat Day. And for May, because April was all Pop's Choice, so I was promoting underappreciated anime. Now for May, my theme for this month is going to be video games with anime, or anime shows that have turned into video games. So I have a list. Of video games and anime shows. You got to come and check out and see which ones I'm going to pick. And I'm going to try to get some gameplay of them as well, so be ready for that. We'll have a real good time. And I know you guys will have a list of them too to let me know of the ones I missed. And then we circle around again next week. Trades Talk Tuesday. I am trying to get guests on as well. I do like having people on to tell me what their trade is and how they got into it and what they like about it. So be ready for that. And that's all coming up. Oh, right. On Friday is I will be celebrating my 50th birthday. Yes. Pop has reached a milestone. So I will probably not be around because I'll be out celebrating. My wife is taking me out for a nice dinner. I'll tell you guys all about it though. And then I'll do my streams on Saturday, Sunday, and then I believe on Wednesday the 10th. Tentatively, Wednesday the 10th, I will do my birthday stream because that's the day that I'm free. So I'll have people on that want to come on. I'll have like a link, so anybody that wants to pop in, they can do that. We'll have a good chill stream chat, little celebratory, stuff like that. And it should be a good time. I'm hoping anyway. And thanks, Gap. Yeah. And a happy early birthday. I appreciate that, Gap. Thanks. Yes. Milestone for Pop. I made it. Made it to 50 years. Pretty crazy. Whew. Can't believe myself. You get to that point where I get to that point where I'm sitting in the lunchroom at work there and I look around and I'm like, I'm the oldest guy in the room. None of these millennials, none of these Zoomers understand any of my humor. So yeah. It's all good for a laugh. Keep on laughing. You gotta have a happy life and keep laughing. Yeah, still, right? Right, Gap? Yeah. Still too young for the senior discount. I know, eh? I don't even get a discount anywhere. Oh well. That's okay with me. I can wait. Don't want to retire yet. Still got lots of stuff to do. Still got lots of things to do. Still got to keep the channel going to tell people to get into the skilled trades. I don't know if there's any other channels like mine doing that out there. But I know I've seen a few where there's there's guys that are saying how much you can make. Well, okay, that's great, but maybe let people know what to expect and what they're in for, and how to get into it. That's the big thing. Oh, thanks, AC. Yeah, I'll try to have a good birthday. I'm sure it'll be just fine. It'll be a fun time. Anyways, everybody, I'm going to call it a night now. It was great having you here. I'm very grateful to have everyone that to come out. It's always fun chatting. But until Saturday, when you guys come by for the gaming stream, I have been Pop Culture Mechanic, and I am signing off.